Yo, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be going over the Zaopin Z2 and all my thoughts and opinions around this mouse, if I think it's worth picking up over anything else. And before we get this video started, I just wanted to say that Zaopin did send this mouse out to me. That doesn't in any way, shape, or form affect my opinions of this mouse, and I'm going to be as honest and open about my opinions about this mouse as I possibly can be. So let's get started. The Zaopin Z2 is in this weird spot because it is a asymmetrical mouse hidden as an ergo shape, because when holding this mouse, when you first look at it, you would think that this is an ergo mouse. Just looking at it dead on, this looks like an ergonomic mouse. It looks like it's similar to stuff like the Lamzu Thorn or the G703. It looks like it would fit neatly in the middle of this entire, like, you know, it's kind of similar. But when playing with it in hand, it feels nothing like these mice. It feels like a Superlight that has a more boxy side, and then it has just a like a bell job to the side. So when you come over to the side here, you can definitely see that it bumps out. And when you flip the mouse upside down, you see that it's completely flat across the sides, and then it bumps out a little bit towards this side. When you look at it from the top, you also see that it has the ergonomic mouse little like tilt, so it's not straight, it's tilted a bit. But when you come to the left side of the mouse and the right side of the mouse, it is 100%, it's almost 90-degree angles coming out the side of the mouse down, which makes the mouse feel like you're holding a box. It has a really weird in-hand feel. And I would pretty much say this feels like the perfect mouse for a fingertip asymmetrical mouse. I believe the mouse weight is around 56 grams. I'll put on screen here if I did get it wrong. I don't have my scale, so I'm not 100% sure. But it is on the lighter side, especially when compared to mice in its similar category, like the NPO1S and the Lamzu Thorn, both being, one being an asymmetrical, one being ergo. This takes inspiration from both of those. And it's just kind of like that in the middle, where it's not too heavy, not too light, just straight dab in the middle. Going on to the clicks, the main clicks feel really nice and lightweight and spammy. I believe they're using transparent blue shell pink dots. Again, I'll put on the screen if I did get that wrong.
So I was in the middle of editing when I realized that I should have just took the mouse apart. So I took off the stock skates, and I was wrong. It's using TTC gold switches. But I also didn't know this, but this mouse has not hot swap, but it has swappable switches. So if you just unscrew these 3 screws on the side of the mouse, you're able to take the switch out completely and put any switch you want in there, which is really sick. I did not know this mouse had that feature, and it might have seemed like I was ill-informed going into this review. But I spent a lot of time with the mouse completely stock. But yeah, no, it has a hot swap plate on the inside, so you can put any switches you want in it. The TTC golds feel completely fine. I absolutely love them, and like I said, I've been using the mouse for a minute now, and I've had absolutely no complaints. Blue shell pink dot transparents feel very similar to TTC golds. They don't feel as tactile as standard blue shell pink dots, which are incredibly tactile. But yeah, no, cool mouse, really cool mouse. We're gonna go back onto the standard video. Just wanted to fix that bit of misinformation that I put in there. And then here goes a sound test. I'm just gonna, yeah.
The scroll wheel is incredibly notchy and very noisy. So when you're scrolling, you hear it. It is like a... And the side buttons feel really nice tactile. There is a little bit of pre-travel and then a lot of post-travel. I didn't really have any issues with these. I don't use side buttons in games, so it's not that big of a deal when I have pretty bad side buttons, especially in ones like the G Pro Superlight or the G703, where the side buttons are just god-awful. On the Zaopin Z2, I felt that they felt really nice, really tactile, very light. They felt really nice and light. They were really spammable. The main clicks have just a really nice tactile bump to them, and I really didn't have a complaint with them. The mouse does have a nice light coating to it. So this is the Zaopin Z2. This one does have a coating on it. I don't believe they make one without a coating. I know there's other mice where they have a difference in their coating types. But the more I started sweating, this started gripping back. But then after a point, after so much sweat, I do have hyperhidrosis. the mouse would start slipping because I just produce so much sweat from my body. You can probably see my forehead glistening right now. And I wouldn't put it on the same level as Vaxi or Zowie, where their coding is just so good, where I don't have to worry about it slipping out of my hand while gaming. And now on to a few shape comparisons. Here we have the NPO1S, the Incot G Hero, which is an NPO1S clone. Then we have the Zaopin Z2, the Fnatic Thorn, and then the G703. When you're comparing these mice, it, like I said, it fits just straight in the middle. It feels like they're combining elements from most ergonomic mice, elements from most asymmetrical mice, and making it a singular mouse. And that's kind of where I feel like this just hits the best. It does have a very low center hump, not as tall as the Lamzu Thorn, not as flat as a NPO1S style mouse. I would compare it similar to very similar to the Razer Viper or to the G Pro Super Light. So when you're playing it, it can fit really nice for a fingertip. And because the sides are so flat with a really nice box around it, when I'm playing a fingertip grip, it just fits really nice, especially having that nice ergonomic side bump here. I feel like I can really grip onto the mouse a lot better than I normally could. Going on to the software is a standard Chinesium software. It uses just the basic 4 tabs where you can control your DPI, your polling rate, your motion sync, your ripple control, just all the basic stuff. You also have the macro tab, and I believe there's an RGB tab, and then the main tab. It looks very similar to Lamzu's software, and just really not something that I would say is groundbreaking. It's not the greatest software I've ever used, and it does its job, point blank period. And then finally, we're going to go into the connectivity modes. It does come with Bluetooth support and 2.4 gigahertz. This mouse does do up to 4K hertz wireless. The 4K hertz plays very similarly to all other Chinese mice that I've tried. Very similar to the Incot G Hero, very similar to the Lamzu Thorn, very similar to pretty much every single Chinese mice on the market. There was no stuttering, no drop-offs. I'll put some graphs here so you can see how the polling rate performance looks compared to other mice. And if you don't know how to read mouse tester graphs, the tighter the clusters, the better the consistency is. The wider the clusters, the worse the consistency is. That's just a general breakdown. Don't take that word as gospel, because a lot of people will hear me say that and then go type a book in the comments. Oh, well, actually, you gotta refer to blah, blah, blah. General idea, the tighter it is, the better it is. So the Z2 pretty much performs within reason for a Chinese mouse. But yeah, that should be it. Like I said, this mouse is like a really nice, unique mouse. It's just like in the middle asymmetrical mouse with inspirations from ergonomic mice. Like I said, with the tilt of the clicks and then a nice side bump, but it doesn't feel like a ergo mouse. It feels like an asymmetrical shape. It's really unique, and I like it a lot. Would I recommend this mouse? 100%. If you're looking for something that feels good for fingertip and palm, but not so much claw, the Zaopin Z2 would definitely be the mouse for you. Because when you're playing claw grip, you can definitely see that this bump around here just it doesn't fit too well. But when you're playing a palm grip, it feels fantastic. And then a fingertip grip where you're really like loosely holding the mouse, this little bump feels much better for those grip styles. And I just really enjoyed this mouse in my time using it. And it's actually been one of the mains in my rotation, one of my top 5 mice for the last month. There's one I've just been pulling out, the one that I keep charged to use constantly. So I could definitely recommend this mouse. And the software is really hard to find. So I'm going to put a link to it in the description, into a Google Drive. You can go download it from there if you are intending on buying the Zaopin Z2. If you have the Zaopin Z2 and you're looking for the software, it's in my description, because I couldn't find it. It took me like 30-40 minutes, and that wasn't fun. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Like if you did, subscribe if you want to see more. I have a lot of content coming out, and we have a lot of upgrades coming to the setup. So hopefully the videos will become higher and higher quality. But yeah, that's been it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.